Hello students, welcome to mathematics class. Students, this is part 17 of the chapter squares and square roots. In this part 17, we will be learning finding square root of a number by using bar division method. Students, here before we go for learning bar division method, I have few questions for you on perfect squares. That question number 1. Can you tell me which is the smallest two-digit perfect square? Smallest two-digit perfect square. You know, we have 4 square giving us 16. And I could say 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9. So the moment we get 4 square, we will have two-digit number 16 being the smallest two-digit perfect square. So students, we have next question. Which is the greatest two-digit perfect square? Now, to find the greatest two-digit perfect square, do you require writing all the perfect squares, list them out, or do you have any small idea behind finding it? You know, we have 5 square giving us 25, 6 square giving us 36, 7 square 49, 8 square being 64, 9 square 81, and the moment we square 10, it gives us 100. That means, can I say 81 is the two-digit perfect square being greatest? So similarly, I have few more questions. The next question will be, which is the smallest 3-digit perfect square? In this list it is available, it is 100. But to answer fourth question, which is the greatest 3-digit perfect square? Now, do you require listing all the perfect squares, 11 square onwards? You will find it very difficult. Now, do you have any small idea behind doing or finding in a crisp way the greatest 3-digit perfect square? Now, we have to think of this. I have few more questions. That is question number 5, which is the smallest 4-digit perfect square, and 6th question, which is the greatest 4-digit perfect square. Now, to answer these questions, you certainly need some technique to find in crisp, rather listing like this. Now, I will tell you one small idea behind way of finding this. If you want to find the greatest 3-digit perfect square, first write the greatest 3-digit number. The greatest 3-digit number is 999. Now, if you know that 999 is the greatest 3-digit number, so this greatest 3-digit perfect square must be somewhere close by, isn't it? That is what we that is what we have to do it. Now, if I can find what must be subtracted from 999 to make it a perfect square, then I can easily find that which is the greatest 3-digit perfect square. Now students, is it easy to find what is the smallest number to be, or smallest whole number that is to be subtracted from this 999? We learned this with the properties of square numbers, that is subtracting odd numbers 1 onwards successively will give us what is to be subtracted to make it a perfect square. But that is also a lengthy process. Now, any alternative method to do this? Yes, we have an alternative method to do this, that is long division method. In long division method, we can easily find answers to these questions. Question number 5, 6 will be still tougher than this question number 4. So, to answer them, you need certainly a crisp shortcut method, and that shortcut method is finding square root of a number by long division method. Here, I will not tell you what is the method, but I will do it in a short. Here, 3 3s are 9, subtracted 0. This 99 taken down, double of 3 or adding 3 gives 6, and here 61, 1s are 61, and we have 9 minus 1, 8, 9 minus 6, 3. So this is the excess, or that to be subtracted. Therefore 999 minus 38 will give us 900, and 9 minus 8 1, 9 minus 3 6, so 961, which is the square of 31. So this is the greatest 3-digit perfect square. So what the method that I have done here, this is long division method. So students, I could easily find. Similarly, I can answer these 5th question and 6th question also. 31 square is 961. Obviously, square of next successor of 31, that is 32, will give us the smallest 4-digit perfect square. Similarly, I can find how I did in the case of greatest 3-digit perfect square. To find greatest 4-digit perfect square, I can do by taking 9999. So students, here we are going to learn long division method. Before long division method, I have again one important concept to understand. Here, from this only I am carrying one more concept. That concept is, watch this table. Here I have got a number and its square. Answers to those questions I have written here. Greatest 3-digit perfect square, smallest 4-digit perfect square, greatest 4-digit perfect square, smallest 5-digit perfect square, greatest 5-digit perfect square. Here you could observe, students, here I have one more observation that can be made. If a number is 1-digit number, then square of it will have 1 digit minimum and maximum 2 digits. If a number is 2-digit number, then square of it will have minimum 3 digits and maximum 4 digits. Now reverse. I have if a perfect square is of n digits, if it is of n digits, then square root of it of how many digits? This is the observation. If a perfect square is of n digits, then square root of it will have here some number. That number we are going to watch through this table. If a perfect square is of 2-digit number, then its square root will have 1 digit. If a perfect square is of 3 digits or 4 digits, will have 2 digits. That means if n is even number, then we have n by 2, square root of it will be having n by 2 digits. If n is odd, then if it is 3 digits, 3 plus 1 by 2, that is what, 2. If a perfect square has 5 digits, then plus 1 by 2, 6 by 2. 3 digits will be the number of digits in its square root. So n plus 1 by 2. N plus 1 by 2, number of digits will be there in the square root of that perfect square. This is what I am going to give you as a property. So note down this property along with the table. If a perfect square is of n digits, then its square root will have n by 2 digits if n is even, or n plus 1 by 2 digits if n is odd. This is the previous knowledge what we can do with the help of this table before we solve finding square root of a number by long division method. Now let us go to finding a square root of a number by long division method. Here I am going to discuss only one question in crisp. In our next session I will discuss this same topic in detail. I will give you even a shortcut to find square root of a number by long division method. So now we will come to the finding square root of a number by long division method, or it is also called as bar division method. Students, very important, why do we require this long division method? If you want to find square root of any number by the previous methods that you have learnt, that is prime factorization method. Prime factorization method is useful for smaller numbers. When the number is larger, the method of finding square root by factorization method becomes difficult, because you have to think of so many divisibility rules. When it comes to the square root of a number by finding long division method, need not have all that. Now, steps involved in finding square root of a number by long division method. Here I am giving you a list of steps. These are the 8 steps which we follow while doing long division method. Students, you don't worry about this, all the steps. In my next session, I'll explain you this in crisp and in shortcut. Okay, but traditionally, as per textbook, these are the 8 steps that we have to follow while finding square root of a number. You can pause the screen, note down these steps, and I will explain for one question for today's session. Next, let us take 8281, to which we have to find square root. The first step before doing this, we will draw lines like this on top of the number and on the left side of the number. Now, we will start with the first step. Mark pairs of digits starting from units place. Here, units place is this. So, we will make pairs towards right. This is very important. Towards, is it right or left? It is towards left. It is towards left. So, 81 is one pair, 82 is another pair. So, here both have got together. Let me split it properly by wiping out. Now, here I have taken 81, 82. There are 2 pairs. Now, find the largest number whose square is smaller than the leftmost pair. Here leftmost pair, here towards left we have to go, I said, and here leftmost pair is 82, and 82 lies between perfect squares 81 and 100. We should choose largest number whose square is smaller than the leftmost pair. Now, we have to take a closest to the 81 a perfect square, that is 81. Not more, it should be less than. We should prefer less than the leftmost pair. And whose square is this 81? This 81 is square of 9. So choose that largest number whose square, that is 9 square, is closest to this leftmost pair. Write that number on the left side as a divisor and as a quotient. Now, this is a quotient place, this is the divisor place. Now, product of this give us 81 and as usual we'll do subtraction. Subtraction of this 82 minus 81 is 1. Now after performing division operation and calculating remainder, copy down the next pair. This is 81 brought down. Now here I have got in total 181. Now this fifth step is very important step. Add this digit to the divisor whose sum gives us 18, and you have to give a gap. Why? Because here I am going to have a one digit coming such that this digit writing will give us a 3-digit number. That means I am going to have 180 to 189, any number. This digit could be 0 to any digit till 9. So it could be 0 to 9, any digit can come here. But what is the priority, what is the criteria to choose that digit? Now I will tell you the criteria to choose the digit. When I choose a digit here, with the same digit, this whole number to be multiplied. Now that product should be closest to this 181. That is what it says. Add latest digit of quotient to the divisor and note it as a new divisor, leaving units place for the next digit in divisor, this box. Find the new digit of units place of divisor and the quotient in such a way that the product of newly formed number and new digit is smaller but closest to the dividend. For example, if I choose 0, that means 180 into 0 gives 0. It is less than 181. Suppose if I choose 1, 181 into 1 is 181, which is the same dividend. So I have to have that digit here, 1 chosen, and the same digit will come here also, 1. So 181 ones are 181. So 181 is written here, and difference of 181 with the 181 is 0. Now remainder is 0. The moment the remainder is 0, that means this given number is a perfect square. Given number is a perfect square. Therefore, square root of 8281 will be, now who is the square root of 8281? Where it is? That quotient is the square root of the given number. 91 is the square root of 8281. Suppose if this is not a 0, we will do repetition. Repeat this procedure till all pairs gets exhausted. No pairs are left over and the remainder is 0. So quotient is the square root of the given number. If 0 is the remainder, then definitely the given number is a perfect square. So this is the procedure, children. So I will explain you with the help of some other examples tomorrow in brief. Okay. So till then we will take a leave of this session. Thank you.